Hey, Joe Zarzaur here with Dr. Malone. Dr. Malone is a board-certified internal medicine physician that's available to consult with the lawyers here at the firm on behalf of our clients and does so very often in our personal injury practice. In any event, we're here for another episode of Zarzaur Law TV, and today we're going to talk briefly about liability and other issues associated with the lifeguards at the beach who are now, it's now November, 2016 here in Pensacola. The lifeguards, I think, were done in October. But what does that mean from a liability standpoint? I'll talk to those issues, and then Dr. Malone will talk to, from a general safety standpoint, how do you make sure that you and your loved ones are protected if they go and actually get in the water, whether they're surfers or whatever, over the break until the lifeguards come back in March, and even if the lifeguards are there, the kind of things that are smart to do to keep yourself safe during the on season. In any event, now that there's no lifeguards, obviously, it's probably, if you're not a swimmer, you should not get any Gulf. Period. End of story. If you are a swimmer, you should exercise extreme caution in the Gulf, because unless you're a Gulf experienced swimmer that's familiar with currents, riptides, undertow, wave action, those kind of things, you are still not in an environment that's safe. Let's say let's assume that you are experienced as a swimmer in ocean type setting, Gulf setting. The kind of caution you should exercise is, okay, what flag is it? Is it a yellow flag? Is it a green flag? Is it a red flag? If it's a red flag, stay out of the Gulf. If it's a yellow flag, pretty much stay out of the Gulf. If it's a green flag and you have the experience as a Gulf swimmer or an ocean swimmer, it's probably okay for you to swim as long as you realize that those current type issues could still be there. However, most people are not going to heed this advice. They're going to, in a yellow flag, they're going to get in. In a red flag, they're going to go surfing. And when those things happen, the things to remember are that your situation in the Gulf can change dramatically in a matter of seconds. So you could be 1 second, you could be completely fine. The next second, you could get a wave, get a mouthful of water, panic, and also get tied up in a rip current or an undertow. And next thing you know, you feel like you're getting pushed down and you can't breathe. So it would be the equivalent of being waterboarded to some degree and being pushed away from shore. And for somebody that's never experienced that sensation, either one of those sensations, drowning with water in your mouth and or being pushed by something that you can't control, it's very disturbing. So from a legal standpoint, the job of this, for instance, the Santa Rosa Island Authority, is to place the warnings. Once they place the warnings, it's for you to heed them. If they don't place the warnings, there is something possibly you can possibly make out a case against them. Obviously, since it's a county, there's lots of hurdles you have to go through. If there's a private hotel or condominium complex that doesn't provide warnings or that doesn't provide information, despite the fact that they're right there on the beach, there's a possibility that one of those private companies could be responsible. But the most important thing for you to remember is, in order to keep you safe, make common sense decisions when it comes to that. Dr. Malone can talk to us a little bit about, from a triathlete standpoint and a much more experienced Gulf swimmer and ocean swimmer than all of us, what kind of things to look out for on and off lifeguard season.
Yeah. Well, Joe mentioned without the lifeguards there, things change, and one of them is outside the water too, and this is completely not medical, just my own observation, is there's fewer people on the beach too. So if you are distressed, there's no one to even activate a 911 call that would bring another responder and not a lifeguard. So you have to keep that in mind as well. The other confounding layer is that this is the time of the year where we start seeing some people maybe going on little getaway vacations to where we live, where it's unseasonably warm for them. So, hey, we're going to get in the water. We're at the beach. So you could also provide help to warn them of, hey, be careful out there. You know, I live here. I'm local. Some local insight into the water. As far as being in the water in or off season, not a whole lot changes as far as your risk as far as the rip currents, and if you do aspirate some water, you deal with those conditions the same way as you would in the middle of the summer when the lifeguards are there. But the thing that most people don't understand is water temperature. Water temperature here in the winter is much cooler than you'd be used to, so you can get hypothermic real quick, even though you say, oh, well, I'm not swimming somewhere on like the East Coast or up at the Northeast somewhere. It's still cold enough that you can get hypothermic if you're spending time in the water and the wind and you're exposed. So those are the greatest risks that I would see.
So if you have any questions about ocean currents, swimming in the ocean, swimming in the Gulf, liability associated with injuries and or death associated with drownings associated with the Gulf or the ocean, you can contact us via the web at zarzaurlaw.com or by telephone at 855-HIRE-JOE or 850-444-9299. Thank you.